Welcome to Wisdom for the Day, a thought-provoking trek through the book of Proverbs, where timeless wisdom awaits. Join us as we unlock the secrets of Proverbs and transform our minds towards embracing true and godly wisdom. Each day, we'll reflect on a different proverb, in order, unraveling its layers of insight and practical application. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and empowered to live a life of purpose and righteousness. Wisdom for your day starts now. Today is day 202. We're in the 17th chapter of the book of Proverbs, verses 9 and 10, from the New Living Translation. Love prospers when a fault is forgiven, but dwelling on it separates close friends. A single rebuke does more for a person of understanding than 100 lashes on the back of a fool. In verse 9, sometimes we don't need to point out a mistake. We should just forgive other people and help them to not repeat their errors. See Matthew chapter 18, 21 and 22. But in verse 10, by fool, Solomon means somebody who hates wisdom. Because of his attitude, he's not going to learn from a punishment. You could whip a fool 100 times and he would still do evil things. A wise man doesn't need a punishment. When he makes a mistake, a few words are enough to correct a wise man. This is because people who are wise always want to do the right thing. So going back to verse 9, it says that when someone tries to make amends and repair a relationship after a mistake, it promotes love. But if the same mistake is repeated, it can destroy a relationship. The old saying goes, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me for not recognizing the insincerity of your friendship." In verse 10, it said that you can punish a fool all day long and they still won't understand. If a person is sensitive to God's Spirit, just one rebuke will deeply affect them. So let's talk about that. Why don't fools recognize that they've done something wrong even after being corrected? Because fools mock the Scriptures and rebel against God's guidance. They believe they don't need God's direction to live a meaningful life. Because they don't want help from God, they're often self-reliant and stubborn. Their pride blinds them to their faults. So let me ask you, when you're corrected, when you're rebuked, does it make you reflect on your actions to see what you did wrong? Or are you like the fool who gets angry that anyone would dare correct you? Well, that's all for today, but I'll be back tomorrow with more of Solomon's wise teachings. For free Wisdom of the Day merch, head to buymeacoffee.com/renewed mindsets and consider becoming a community member. The executive producer of Wisdom for the Day is Yelena McClellan. The co-producer and spiritual advisor is Kimmy Shirley. Intro music by Weston McCurry. If you like this show, do me a favor and tell someone about it. Share it with them. I'd really appreciate it. Until tomorrow, I'm Rick. I love you. See ya.
Hello. Do you ever feel defeated as a Christian in the confusing times we live in today? This is where God's Loving Sacrifice podcast comes in. We do Bible studies to help you strengthen your walk with the Lord in today's crazy world. We also encourage you to share the gospel and the love of Christ with this world in need. John 3:16 tells us about God's loving sacrifice, and we use the Word of God to help you find a fresh perspective on issues like forgiveness, love, obedience, mercy, and reconciliation. Join us as we delve into the true essence of faith in God and our call to go into the world and preach the gospel. So listen at www.godslovingsacrifice.com.